Here we go, brand new MAEL and more showcases. I've been so excited to show this unit. Unfortunately, didn't get the time to record any videos yesterday, purely for the fact that I was out, but man, I'm excited. Let's go and see if we can, even if you had the Charmail Grace there, still would have been going for you. Let's see how much damage we can get turn 1. No Archangels on the enemy side, or they at least don't have the immunity. Man, that's some really nice damage. This MAEL is a whole lot of fun. The fact that we're able to use him so well alongside this LUDOCIEL is going to be very nice. Hopefully we can get more cards for him, but yeah, with this being a team that we're going to be using LUDOCIEL, I'm going to expect a lot of these cards. I just can't wait for us to get a new unit with the same kind of archetype, just like they did with the Fraugen, where, you know, really trying to build him super, just wail out on him, make him super offensive, and they just haven't done a unit like this LUDOCIEL in quite some time. Or they probably have made really good supports, but not as universal as this LUDOCIEL, which I'm just such a big fan of this unit. Let's see. We could easily go ahead and get rid of the Gotha here, considering we have so many Charmail cards, and then at that point, the Escanor and Deanne should be pretty easy to deal with. Escanor by himself can be a little bit scary, especially in the 1v1 situations. If you proc his Revive, that AoE can deal crazy damage, especially at those level 3s, but I mean, we should be fine, right? We're using the new insane Archangel team. I know it's only been a couple days since the team released, but do you guys think that they're the best team in the game? That or the Demon team are easily standing above everything at this point. Escanor can be really good on pretty much any team, but he hasn't got his own team, which is where I think he falters just a little bit. Let's see, we can buff up. Are you going to survive 2 attacks? I mean, I sure hope not. Charmail's been hit a little bit, which I'm pretty sure increases everyone else's stats, which is the main reason why we're using him. Probably could have used Margaret, but I feel like the Charmail built up everyone just a little bit more due to that. And yeah, I don't think Bro's bringing this one back. Do we have MAEL ults? No, we're one off. That's alright. We'll throw off this Charmail ult and we'll kind of move on to the next one. The Charmail hitting super hard. It's, especially with this banner, I have pulled so many copies of that unit. I think I've pulled all of the Archangels except for MAEL on the banner at least 3 times, and I've only pulled him once in 2 rotations. Can you believe that? I did a whole nother rotation off camera and got absolutely shafted. It was, I mean, I feel like an idiot for spending the $300 or so, but hey, what can you do? I was like, surely 1 extra copy get him to 4-6, but well, I guess it's just a skill issue at this point, isn't it? But hey, I mean, we keep moving. MAEL at 3-6 as well is easily going to untap absolutely anything. I was really hoping to get him 5-6, but hey, that's alright. It's still a bit scary. I haven't versed a Goddess Liz with MAEL yet. Wondering, if we go something like this, could I maybe kill the MAEL, rock Revive, and then, I mean, maybe I should have, yeah, it's a bit difficult. I'm feeling like maybe I could kill Elizabeth just due to how old and squishy she is in just the AoE card. Okay, never mind, we ended up killing the Sariel instead. Look at that though, turn 1, bro is a demon. Well, not literally, but bro, it does crazy damage. At this point, it's going to be a little bit hard for him to bring it back, especially since we have the GOAT of countering Goddess Liz. Probably one of the main reasons why I remember LUDOCIEL so fondly is, I mean, the second I saw him on the JP version, I knew I had to save up my gems for him. And I mean, yeah, second he released, UR gear, everything, all my investment, cosmetics, it was, I knew I had to give it all to LUDOCIEL. He's far too much fun. He's such an offensive powerhouse and he just works absolute wonders. Exactly my kind of playstyle as well. This should be enough to go ahead and kill the MAEL, I'm hoping. If not, at least getting him really low. Charmail can do some good damage here. Not enough. I mean, we're at the point now where we're so far ahead in terms of characters that we should be fine. Escanor might be able to do a little bit of work, but I just wish he didn't have the whole restriction of needing 3 Archangels on the field to get his kind of grey buffs that he gets. I know the debuffs are called Sunspots. I haven't quite remembered the name of the buffs he gives for himself. I'm fine with other characters that are not Archangels getting them, but I think a better way of doing it is making as long as 3 Archangels in your team, or as long as you have, 3 Archangels in your team, you still get the buff, because, I don't know, I'd really like to be able to run some kind of thing we're running now, chuck out the Charmail and change for a Halloween Gotha. That way I can get the rank ups and just put like a Sariel or something in the back, or maybe even a Bloody Ellie for CC purposes, stuff like that. I feel like there's so much more you could do, but probably be a little bit more broken, which is why they didn't go ahead and do it, but I still think he's fine as he is now. I was hoping we could show off the ultimate. And I've gone ahead and started this week's Demonic Beast battle and using the MAEL team with the Freya Holy Relic, and I mean it is definitely strong. I actually went ahead and beat the first floor first try, which I was very surprised by. Went ahead and attempted the second floor, got it all the way up to the final phase and failed. Now, I'm thinking this is where a bit of the trouble is going to be. Because of my Freya is only 1/6, her ultimate doesn't do the greatest of damage, that's for sure, and makes that final phase really, really hard to kill with how tanky it is and with how much HP the boss gets back at the end of each turn. Oh, we're just going to get another forfeit again. Oh well, I'll keep rambling. It is really difficult, and then yeah, even his ultimate, it can do really good damage at that 3/6, but the amount of other cards you have to get on that turn, along with probably healing at the beginning of the turn, because it does a lot of damage. I feel like I can easily get to that third floor, but that's just my initial guess on how the floor 2 is going to go, that final phase. First and second floor though, or first and second phase, super, super easy. If we just rematched it to the same person 3 times, Net Marble, what are you doing? There's no, I'm sorry, bro. I'll go ahead and forfeit, hold on. There we go. Oh my god, that is terrible. What are you doing, Net Marble? The team also gets through the floors a lot faster, which I do prefer. Sometimes runs can take several minutes to get through with the other teams, so I don't know, it's definitely a plus. Let's see if we can go ahead and get rid of you right off the bat. Tamiel and Margaret aren't too much to deal with. Should I have maybe gone ahead and done the... Because you apply the Sunspot, don't you? Which is where we're going to be getting a little bit of extra damage from. Oh wow, he's tanky. I mean, my MAEL can't get any stronger than what he is now. Maybe with the association, even then, I think my Meliodas association's full 15% rolls. It is just be maybe the weapons that I might have 1 SSR piece or 2 that aren't upgraded to UR and fully done, but damn, he is one tanky, but I'm sure we should be able to survive this okay. If we're not killing his MAEL, he should definitely not be able to kill mine. Granted, I do have 2 of the rolls there on crit chance, just because I have seen, especially when not using him alongside the LUDOCIEL, he may be struggling a little bit for those crits. And we'll go to 3 there. Yeah, any other content or any other teams where, I mean, we are also rocking the Barn backline, so he's getting a little bit more crit support there, but I don't know, the multiplier on that crit damage is so nice. Man, we just cannot kill his MAEL. I mean, our MAEL's back to full HP, which is great and all, but may end up losing the LUDOCIEL. I mean, the main reason why we're not doing anywhere near as much damage is because he has that passive where the stat reduction simply does not matter. Look at how cool the effects are when the Margaret hits us there. Going for Damiel, not too sure why. And then we can... Margaret ultimate's kinda gonna mess us up. Why not? Why not? I mean, the AoE's going to kill, but I just chucked into my older single target just to make sure. Yeah, look at that. I would have been so disappointed if we didn't kill him in that turn. And then I guess we're just gonna have to tank the Margaret ultimate, is the way it's gonna be. I'm hoping she's weak enough at this point that it's not going to completely rock us. Yeah. Let's see, because Seva, she's guaranteed to grit here. I'm guessing they're going to be using HP defense though, because at this point, Margaret's charge card is not up. They're just going to go for Tamiel anyways, and that's fine. Margaret's charge card does not deal damage. It is so unfortunate just how weak that card is, because the rest of the team is really strong. Both the Tamiel cards are great, the Sariel's cards are great. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of the Bloody Ellie, but other than that, I think the whole team is really, really strong. Just her AoE card, and then her whole kit being very, very slow paced. I don't really like that one. There's terrible card draw. I think I may just skip to the turn where we can use the ultimate, and then we'll move on to the next one. Kind of starting to doubt our ability here. I mean, no other Archangels on the field, but surely, right? Because I know he gets a lot stronger when on this Archangel team and having those 2 other people on the field with him. Wow. So we actually end up losing that one. That is sad to say. I mean, we did basically have a stale spot having the LUDOCIEL there, so it was 3v4 regardless. That's the risk we're going to take though, running this LUDOCIEL. Now the demon team. I thought people would have just completely stopped running demons ever since this guy came out, but can we also please go ahead and get like a triple card here, or like a really, really good card draw for him? I feel like that'd be super nice. What have you got? Chandler maybe? Yeah, Chandler's got the... Okay, that's fine. We'll go for this one here. At least we got a LUDOCIEL single target card, meaning we'll get the merge and not have to deal with these cards as much as we would have. Wow, he He is so much fun. I can't wait to use him alongside the other Archangels, and even some of the more janky Archangel characters, like using him alongside Elate, since I've gone ahead and built her gear set. However, I have done a triple defense just for the whole PvE side of things, and I'm not too sure if I should maybe show that team on ungeared instead. I feel like things would just be a little bit more balanced, and if I come up against another Archangel team, I'm not going to be dealing with full 15% rolls, just God. But, I mean, in saying that, PvP is, you don't get a crazy amount of global players doing that kind of stuff. It's more the Japanese side of things that have that crazy amount of dedication into their account, into their box. Also, speaking about dedication, almost at the 12 mil, which is just around the corner. I think maybe 1 or 2 more character releases combined with the other grinding and whatnot I'll be doing in the meantime. I think we're almost there, which is super, super exciting. These Tamil cards aren't going to do anything, so we're just going to go for that instead. Yeah, just around the corner. Really, really, really going to appreciate that CC boost. It is killing me. I mean, you do get a whole lot more from the actual constellation buffs, which is kind of sad, but man, anything at this point helps. All the extra HP, all that kind of stuff. It's, especially in the PvE side of things, Nidhogg is going to be a lot easier. I really do hope we end up getting at least one more Archangel in the near future, even if it's just a remake of LUDOCIEL, just something new that we can kind of spice things up for, because it doesn't have to be a new broken. I mean, ideally we're looking for a 4th slot unit. It's 100%. Ragnarok Barn does the job super, super well, but there's definitely, we could get better. I'm 100% sure of that. Let's see if we could get rid of True Seeker Merlin here. Echidna can still do a lot of damage in these other turns. Doesn't have the Nashi in the back though. That's annoying. Oh man, if only we had the level 2 single part, we could have just deleted her regardless. I mean, at this point, we're kind of just gonna have to pray that... Yeah. I don't know why you'd go ahead and use this team in the meta either, because... Okay, so yeah, is using the Nashi, never mind. Yeah, that's the main reason why they tanked that there. These stats, when you have the Nashi and Ram, pure insanity, but... it's gonna be tough. All these debuff teams are going to be so irrelevant just due to the fact that Margot is going to be so in cycle and so part of the meta. Because I'm thinking, there's no way you put this Archangel team lower than a second. It's first or second, 100%. I probably would have said before this, maybe the Toxic team with Meliodas might have been the best, but yeah, it's a bit hard to say. Something like this, and then I probably could just use those 2 cards, because we're not going to get the LUDOCIEL because Dissolve's not there, and if there's any extra level 1 cards, we can merge them just to get more space. Man, not that they want to give us any MAEL cards. I wholeheartedly think that this game has a card weight system where certain cards are much more favored, and certain characters have a lot harder pull chance to get than others, because there is no way the MAEL has the same chance to get cards as these other 2 characters. That is ridiculous. That is fiction. There is no way. A fallacy. It's wrong. We really need to start getting rid of you. We're taking a lot of damage due to you. Or would you be a little bit easier to kill? And I hate unknown teams. I feel like every showcase where I end up losing videos, if it's not to either just someone that's flat out beat me by having a better team, something like that, it's usually just the unknown team. I just do not know how to verse this team, or I usually end up falling for the evasion food, which is kind of what happened in this one. Because you don't want to go ahead and read the evasion food every time, because, I mean, God. LUDOCIEL's 100% dead here. I mean, his defense down was going to be up anyways. I was hoping maybe they would have gone for a stun on MAEL, or I don't know. Is it even worth showing this match? I'm just going to get attack disabled for the rest of the game, and then any turns where I can deal damage, they end up tanking it because of Nanashi backline. That Holy Relic is good. I'm so glad they gave it to this team. They're actually able to compete because of it. And one last final opponent, they're going to give us a lovely demon team to go ahead and wail on. Guessing real player due to the stats being kind of high. You've got MAEL, Grace on you. I wish I could check the alt level of associations, because I'd be really keen to see if this guy has a 6/6 MAEL and is just choosing to use the demon team instead. Surely, that's... If you guys have a 1/6 MAEL and are thinking of using him, please, just go ahead and use the red Sariel. I'm sure you have plenty more dupes in Sariel than you do the new MAEL. You're going to get a lot better stats, and you're probably going to do better damage. It's just the way it is. His is really good, but he can only be compared to the Sariel if you have them both at the same level. Otherwise, they say, go for the higher ult level, get the extra stats. Sariel's Grace is still really good. It's definitely not outdated just because this guy is here. He's just viable on a lot more characters, or pretty much any character in the game. A flat damage boost is really, really strong. Escanor on the back. I mean, if I was wanting to make this team probably just a little bit better, I could probably sacrifice a bit of the utility on MAEL. I mean, he's going to crit regardless, so we're kind of only getting the damage reduction stuff from Barn. We could probably just chuck Ultimate Escanor on the back, but I feel like that's a little bit scummy. I kind of want to show this team, these front characters, at their strongest. I don't really care too much for them winner if we end up losing the match. Also, I'm keen to see it. Can you get yourself straight back to full HP just with these 2 attacks? I feel like you can. What do you... It wants to go... Oh my god. You guys seeing this lag right now? Yeah, that's... Lifesteal, 42%. 42% lifesteal. I'm tired, man. It's been a long day at work. I didn't even see the infect there. Look at me go. I mean, that's at least Berserk has to roast the dead. I'm still really happy with this MAEL. It is just... LUDOCIEL just doesn't work on this team. He's worked with so many other units. He worked way better with Purgatory Melee and Ultimate Escanor, which is really weird to think, but hey, it is what it is. And there we go, that about does it for today's video. Only just realized I'm still using the same MAEL costume from the previous video. I promise I'll go ahead and switch that one up in the next one. He has some really good costumes. They did obviously add that one that is just... What were they thinking? This one here, super, super cool. I don't really like the whole color thing that's going on, but this headpiece is got to be one of the coolest helmets we have in the entire game. The visor there, super, super cool. And then the outfit for this one is really, really nice. I just wish they did a little bit better on this headpiece. It's cool and all, but I still think they could do a little bit better. Should have this one now that the resets, and I can go ahead and get all those keys, do that one. But man, super, super happy with how MAEL showcased. Really, really loving this unit, but that just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If so, please hit that like button and subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.